Hi, rice farmers and agronomists. It's Tim Neal, Data Farming. Just thought I'd show you this new tool that we built for you for applying N later in the season with an aeroplane. What we've done is build this so that you can select multiple fields, zone multiple fields at once, export them all to an aeroplane as a single file if you are top dressing with nitrogen at this time of the season. So to get access to this, you just in your mapping tab, you can see actions, create zones. It will take you to another screen where you can now select multiple fields if you have a subscription. In this case, today we're going to zone these three fields because the pilot wants to apply across all of those at once. So you can either select the fields from the list, or in this case, I just selected them on the map. So hit start zoning. Now you can you can zone directly off your standard resolution 10 meter by 10 meter pixel imagery every 5 days, or over the rice industry, we've also captured high resolution, so you can do it off there as well. You've got a number of indexes. You can do it off NDRE or NDVI. NDRE is the index that's used mostly in rice for those high biomass crops, or even PCD does quite a good job as well. So um, pick that, and then you pick the date that you want, and you can see the latest date here has got some cloud. So let's click the latest cloud-free one. And this is now just loading up that date for you to look at a little bit of water issues in there. Let me just see if I can get out of those. So yeah, there's an example. Say we just want to zone off this. You can either automatically zone using this feature here. So say you just want three zones at 100-meter pixel spacing. If it's fairly coarse with an aeroplane, this is what we designed it for. So you can use that. You click next is the next down the bottom, or edit and assign rates. So you might want to put, these lower areas, you might want to put, say, 180 kilos of urea, 150 kilos on these medium areas, and maybe 130 on those really good areas. And you can see here now there's 11,000 kilograms, so 11 tons of urea required over those paddocks. So for rice farmers this year, just add this to your cart, and you press invoice when you go to your checkout, and we'll provide that for free this year. So get on and use that if you'd like to use that. Now the other option here is, if that doesn't really suit exactly what you want to do, let's go back to here, and instead of doing this automatically using our auto zoning, down the bottom here you can draw your own. So what it does, it starts off with the field boundaries that we've selected. It's only got one zone in there, but say we want to do 3 zones. So you just add zone, and you've now got 3 zones. The next step is, obviously we've got to put the transparency on. Down the bottom is a transparency button, so you can see through to the satellite image and back to your zones, right? So let's set that about halfway to start with. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just line cut some of these. So click line cut at the top, start outside the polygon, go through the polygon, double click. Line cut again. So you can see now we've just cut that bottom field up into 3 separate zones. Let's keep going with this. Cut another one there. You can see there's another. These are all bays, obviously. And we might want to just apply across all of that blue area. And again here, but we go down here. So what we're doing is just cutting this polygon up. Now let's use the polygon cut feature, which is more like cutting a bit in the middle. So you can see I'm clicking around this blue area here, and you double click to finish. Let's do another one. Double click to finish. Okay, so now we've cut up, you can see we've cut it up all into zones. Now we've got to color it and decide on what rate we want. So again, let's put on 180 kilos on this, 150, and maybe 130 kilograms of urea. You just simply pick up the paintbrush, and let's go and put the largest amount on these. Well, they're already selected. let's put the next rate on these moderate areas here and here. And you can see now, this is how the zone's taking shape. Let's now, on these really high areas, let's put the lowest rate. So again, just clicking all these. So now, when I take the transparency off, you can see that we've now got all the hectares are automatically calculating. You can simply change the color of a zone or the rate in the zone by just selecting these paint brushes. So you can change that to whatever rate you want, change it back. So now that we've done that, again, about 11 tons of product. It's worked out about the same. You add that to your cart, proceed to checkout. Now you just go down and click invoice, and you agree with the terms and conditions. And we won't send you an invoice this season. This will be free. Now that's already gone through. So you did 3 zones over 3 fields. So now I can export that as 3 individual fields just by clicking this button here. And you can see that it's exported those, or I can export the whole entire farm as one file. So all those 3 fields come out as one file. That goes to the aerial operator, and he can, or they can, then apply all of those paddocks at once by putting one file into the machine. And that's what they prefer to do. So that's why we built that tool. So you can do it individually if you're using something on the ground in a tractor, for example, or across the whole lot with an aeroplane. So let's go back to our dashboard. Let's just find out where those are. It was under rice fields test. So I'll click on this field now, and instead of layer, I can now click my zones, and you'll see here I've just created these zones off that image. It's a PCD image on January the 10th. So I can then click the 3 buttons down the bottom right-hand corner here and re-export those if I like. I can even adjust the rates. So I don't want those rates anymore. I can easily change those rates and re-export that file. So we're giving you that flexibility in there. Again, layer zones. There's your zone maps for those paddocks we just did. So that'll show up if it's the automatic zoning or the manual zoning, as I've showed you before. You can create as many zones as you like. You can create as many maps as you like, of as many images. You can, merge zones together. You can cut them up even further, up to you. So we're giving you that flexibility in there. So thanks for watching. Any issues, please email support@datafarming.com.au. Thanks very much.